Chinga tu madre. Oh, it's so good. Dude, you got me on that sweet cream creamer shit like crazy. Except I didn't have it one time when I went in, so I got the Cold Stone sweet cream. Oh, Jesus Lord. Like, hallelujah.
You know, I want to say this morning, finally emptied that out. So now I've just got to not buy more.
Good luck. Eggnog's out. All right, well. Oh, we have Tommy. We have Slocum. Slocum. Dude, Slocum was listening to Slayer earlier.
Really?
I think I'm a really bad influence.
No. That is a good influence.
Unholy effing Slayer? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You're lucky you're Christian, not Catholic, man, because you would have to go freaking, talk to the priest about listening to Slayer.
I've come to the conclusion, now nobody take offense to this if anybody runs across it at any time, anybody other than Eric. I think being Catholic is the get out of jail free card. Because as long as you read your last rites and you confess and you repent, you can do whatever you want. Why do you think the mob is Roman Catholic?
Yeah, but you actually have to repent. Now, that means a lot more than the word just implies. Advocate Jesus.
Let's see.
Well, whoop, whoop, hump day. Woo.
Whoop, whoop. I know. Chuck, called me 10 minutes ago. He's like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, crap, it's Wednesday.
He knows if I call him, it's Wednesday because it's the only time I call him.
Well, and so the best part is the icon that I have that pops up on my case. Let me see if I can find it here. Let's see if you can see. Oh, not that. It switched.
Yeah, not the porn. Oh, very nice.
So it starts making noise. Brandy looks over, and what's flashing and marking across the screen? Wonderfulness.
I'm just a big dick. Yep. Tommy G wants to know how that printer's going, Bob.
Well, so I didn't get a chance, obviously, to do much with it earlier because, I was working. I did, during lunch, come in, and I got the bed leveled. Everything is printing great. I do have already permanent PETG stuck to my bed plate. Good news is those are cheap. And because I tried using the painter's tape once, and immediately as the bed was heating up, it's starting to peel off. So I was like, screw it, whatever. Yeah, Overture sends a free one with theirs. Now it's not the same quality. Maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know. We're going to end up finding out.
Don't people use wax paper and shit?
I don't know. Wax paper, probably not, because that bed gets toasty. 80 degrees Celsius is pretty warm, as I was reminded when I grabbed the bed earlier hastily.
Jackass.
It was totally awesome. So, as we speak right now, I've just picked my first, a little test cube, and I'm going to print it and see how it goes while we're sitting here.
You're supposed to do the tugboat. Plummet, your generosity is ever flowing, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm supposed to do what?
The tugboat.
Oh, I'm getting to that. That one will take a little longer. I've got a series of other things that I've compiled from around that they kind of work up towards something like that, and they allow you to make little adjustments along the way because of the way it leads you through. So I'm going to stick to that regime because I don't want to turn this into like a 3-week setup. I would like to be, if this prints, then I've successfully printed tonight, for instance, right?
I don't know what any of that means, but it sounds good.
Well, but no, it's going good. Just taking it slow. Like I was sitting in here last night and I was I was really kind of wowed because when you watch Creality's, assembly video, because their assembly instructions are just pictures, which they've done a really good job of. But I watched the video just to see, and of course, square, plumb, level, nah, just screw it all together, hope for the best. But, I'm looking at it and I'm like, these vertical rails, they need to be, they should be square to the base. And, the gantry should be, square to the bed. And just it took a little extra time to just try to put it together a little better. Let me grab my coffee.
You grab your coffee. I'm going to say what up to Double A. Razman. Did I say Double A? Because you say it twice. And Night Train, what's up, big dogs? Tell me, who's loving winter already? Like, is this fantastic or what? I don't know about you guys, but I've been dying to get an autumn flight with the brilliant reds and yellows. And where I am in Indiana and up in Wisconsin that I go to, like, it doesn't happen. It goes from green to brown to scraggle. So, yay. If anybody out there's got a video like that, I'd like to see it.
That's funny. Here we're going through a mild change, but it's been so rainy, or I haven't been in town, that I'm questioning if I'm going to be able to get out before it becomes brown and then scraggle.
Dude, I'd be lucky if I find a yellow tree. Like, seriously. They're either green or they're dead.
Yeah, I guess they do change a little faster up there. I've noticed when I've been in Detroit.
Understatement. Every year I get all excited. I'm like, I'm going to get those brilliant fiery reds with the sun behind the yellow. It looks like the tree's on fire. No, sorry, I get none of that. Plumit's already sick of winter. You way up north, brother.
But yeah, if the series of test prints go good, initially I'm going to have, oh yeah, tape's already coming up again. Initially I'm going to have a few things I want to print as add-ons.
Can't you just wrap the tape all the way around?
It's the edges that are peeling up. Like
no,
long
ways. So that it, oh, I get you.
Right.
Chris has been using that painter's tape, but why? I wonder why he doesn't have a problem.
I'm going to try it. If it looks like it's not going to adhere, because the first time, not only were the edges coming up, but the nozzles getting hung up on the edge of the tape, like it was just dragging a big old tumbleweed around. It was awesome. I just canceled it, ripped it off, said, oh, well, we'll see.
RC Crazy, yes, I know you have a camera bird video. You just sent me a link privately. With all kinds of autumn goodness to make me jelly.
There is something to be said for those. I mean, park flying through a field when you have, woods along it on fire, especially if you can find some ways to dip in and out of the wood line and all.
Yes. Double A.
Thanks, Thomas.
Double A. This weekend, I'm actually going up and hopefully picking up a H7 Falco, baby. So I need to go up to Wisconsin this weekend because I really want that freaking flight controller. But the weekend after, I'm all yours, sir. I don't know if you're going to wait that long, but I'll come and visit you anyway.
Hot. Woo.
We have a Fordo. Sup, bitches?
We do.
He thinks he's Rick James or some shit.
Ford's been yapping it up lately. I didn't realize how much I missed him.
You know, when he came back into our chat, he said the same thing. He's like, man, I just reinstalled Messenger and Facebook and everything. I didn't realize how much I missed you guys. So yes, he has been talking our ears off, showing us his bicycle morning torture sessions.
Yeah, well, you got him one. You got him back with a good one. Where are you parked?
It's Walmart, bro. The wild land of the hillbilly interbreeding peoples.
Sounds like you're parked in the middle of an intersection.
Mine's louder. Sorry if that was super loud on you guys.
Nope, it wasn't.
Vampire, what up, big dog? Finally watched my video I saw. Took you long enough. Well, hey guys, there's been something that's been going around. I'm sure most everybody knows about it already, and we're going to talk about it just to beat a dead horse. GoPro, Best Buy. Yeah. So GoPro's changed their policy. Now, if you ask some people, he says you can still get an exchange if it's actually physically broken when you go back to Best Buy, and make sure you have the correct plan, which I wasn't sure what you meant by that, because the $40 plan is the $40 plan, and that's what I assumed was the replacement plan. I was sent by Vampire a video. Nice. Pubic hair. He's printing pubic hair, guys.
Pretty much.
Not like he has enough. He sent me a Zorro video. Where Zorro went and tried to reclaim a what's it called, a GoPro 360 or Max or whatever the fuck it's called, and they told him, nope, you got to send it in to the Geek Squad, and they determine whether they can repair it. If not, they ship it off to GoPro for repair or replacement with a refurb that they will mail to you. Now, Raz just today told me they tried to pull that shit the last couple of times that he went to return his GoPro, and he said that's a bunch of malarkey, because he got his swapped. So there's a lot of rumors flying around there, guys. I'm actually going to be going to Best Buy as soon as I have a chance. That might be tomorrow. That might be 3 weeks from now. I don't know. And I'm going to test that theory. And I'm with you, Vampire. Fuck Best Buy.
I think it's more than a rumor. I would chalk it up to more than a rumor, because a lot of people are experiencing this.
Yeah, but then what Ray came back at me with, if you want to give a little synopsis of it in chat there, Ray, it'd be great. Put it up on screen. It made me think that I don't know how much things have changed for the replacement plan.
Yeah. Well,
or if they're just phasing it out, if they're testing it in regions first. Corporations do these kind of things, like whatever.
Right. And, I even found a Reddit where somebody went on a Best Buy Reddit and pretty much said, look, we're hearing some of this from some places, but not everybody's seeing it. What's the deal? And, unnamed Best Buy employee, do what you want with that, said it is confirmed. It is coming down the chain. It is to be implemented as soon as possible at each store. That it is coming from GoPro. It has nothing to do with Best Buy, because Best Buy gets theirs, blah, blah, blah. So, and they said, a lot of it just chalks up to the reason they gave is that the warranty program was not profitable.
Yeah, well, we all knew that, but like Vampire says right there, they consider it abuse if it's just utterly smashed or you bring them pieces or something. Well, they do advertise it as an action camera, so that's kind of a contradiction.
Well, as far as the terms of the warranty, you are still going to get a replacement no matter what. The thing is, if you bring it in with a busted lens, they want to send it out for repair and then bring it back. And then, that's what it costs. If it has a busted LED screen, that might fall into the arena of repair. If you bring it in pieces, if you bring it in pieces, it may be a swap. Now, it's one of those things where if everybody starts bringing in pieces, because that's the surefire way to get a swap, that might be the fast track way to completely kill it. Who knows? But
Yep.
I'm not bad mouthing it because look, none of us made those terms. Those were terms as were negotiated by Best Buy and GoPro. We played by the rules, so we didn't do anything wrong except maybe use it more than what was anticipated.
Yes, and I'll tell you what, as a trucker, I'm kind of pissed about this because I don't always have access to a place to go pick up my mail. I kind of do, but that might change in the near future. So that kind of pisses me off, and I have yet to actually talk to Holy Squish about it, man. He's gonna be pissed
Well, and
because he
that's a
actually,
fair point for you guys. Now you at least definitely have a home base. I don't know about Squish.
well,
So,
he
you
does,
know,
but he only gets to see it every 3 months or so.
right. So for him, I wouldn't even consider that a home base. You return to a similar area every week, which at least, is better than every 3 months in regards to being able to use something like that and know that you'll be back to pick it up. But,
Well, yeah, and that might be changing for me soon-ish.
well, I was going to troll you a little or try and say, I've heard that before.
Yeah, you have, and I spent the money coming to your house. It, I love it. A vampire says it actionally got ran over, sir. Yeah, because I was using your action cam to do some action shots. So actions happened, and it actionally broke.
I don't know how much more action you could make it than what we do.
Well, except literally what John said, it got ran over.
At least if my drone gets run over, I walk away from it.
So,
Not like Joe, who lays on the side of the road waiting for death, to the point where he was so bored waiting for death, we called him checking his time.
yeah, checking his lap time on the freaking triathlon. Asshat. What up, E-Drone? Um, well, now I heard this, and since I'm an FPV guy, I completely overreacted emotionally, and my first thoughts was, "Fuck GoPro, fuck Best Buy, I'm done with this shit." How much is Digi now? DJI. But then, of course, Sharkbite is coming soon, very soon. The testers, the early adopters, actually have it in their hands now. There's fresh videos out that are less than a month old. I was watching some this evening, and I'll tell you what, it looks really nice.
It's definitely improvement over the first try.
And apparently, no tests that I've seen have been done yet, but the latency is going to be lower than DJI, and it's going to be a fixed latency like we're used to.
Right.
The only problem being, if you're having these fuck GoPro thoughts like I've been having, since I invested a crap load of money because their warranty was awesome, it does not have the onboard DVR. like the DJI does.
Okay.
So if you'd actually still have to run an action cam or just deal with the breakup.
I feel like for me that's not a deal breaker, but I'm not ready to, ditch the GoPro yet.
Oh no, I'm going to use mine until they're gone at least. But okay, Vampire's saying the Sharkbite pre-order was here and gone already. It was $250 for the set, which is not a bad price point if you've already got some HDOs.
Honestly, for anybody who has a goggle they're happy with, it's going to be an improvement. I don't think you're going to require OLEDs to take advantage of it.
Well, as long as you got a 720 screen, you're good.
Right. That's my point. And I don't know how many goggles there are floating around. I mean, modern ones that aren't at least 720p or 720p.
Well, I do believe the Dominator HD series is at least 2 and 3 for sure. I don't know about 1. That kind of was a fleeting thing. And the HDOs, and I know the newer, like the Sky Zones and all of them, they have OLED and shit now. So DJI users run GoPro. All right, Baduga. Actually, if you want to know the biggest influence on GoPro, it's Joe Public, and that's why we're getting fucked, because Joe Public's interests are not ours.
Right.
What's up, Casey?
Casey.
That's Double A's wife.
Oh, gotcha. I'm like looking through chat. I'm like, I don't see a Casey. Yeah, right. That's what I was saying, E-Drone. And I don't know. Again, I've looked through Chuck's, and who else had the HDOs? I didn't think it was an extreme difference. I'm not saying there weren't little differences, but I didn't think it was extreme like night and day. I think what's going to make the biggest difference, because I've seen it with the FPV cameras, a 600 TVL camera is very different in the way you receive it than a 1000. And just like depending on the size of the sensor and even the way it processes color, those things have a huge impact on the way it comes across. By the time it gets to your screens, I feel like your screens are this much of the equation.
Yeah, what HD is going to change that a bit, but
but to be able to have it, I'm positive there will be a difference, a noticeable difference. Just not game changer.
I was watching, I forget the guy's name, but I was watching the guy. He actually, well, check this out. One of the guys who helped develop it, he's a YouTuber that is apparently good buddies with the owner or the guy who runs Fat Shark now. And he actually fought really hard, and it actually got made previous to the actual Sharkbite module. Is a Whoop Sharkbite module that goes up to 300 milliwatts. The Sharkbite module being 500. So that's actually kind of cool. Now the boards are still a little large, but what you gonna do?
It does not want to adhere to my tape. Oh, the tape's coming off. Yeah, in regards to what you said, that even Steele said that DJI isn't for super flippy floppies, my argument is always, because I get it, there are going to be people who are going to feel that latency. Racers, anybody who's really that aggressive. And look, just throwing it out there, there's a lot of people that think they do steel flippy floppies that are doing them in the middle of a field 100 feet off the ground, and they're not doing them with the same precision. They're not doing them with the same proximity. Those people, I include in this statement, most of us are not going to feel that. I mean, you're talking about somebody whose senses are super tuned.
Now, and I'll say that even people like, say, me, Josh, Chris, Edron, who are trying to get crazy, doing flips, an inch off the ground and super proximity at high speed, I don't think even we would really notice.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I don't think I would notice.
The only thing, I think that would make me feel that I might notice is the fact that it's a variable latency. But then again, I've heard from people like Joe Ford, my homeboy Chris with a K that lives up in Wisconsin, a number of people that have it, that it ain't a problem, and their footage looks good. So, except for Joe, he still doesn't tune his quads at all, so he doesn't give a shit.
Joe's just happy to fly. I still, every time I give it to him, he is the purist. He's in it for one thing and one thing alone. Numero uno.
Yeah. Now, the only thing that would make me pick DJI over Shark Bite or whatever, I almost said Shark Bait, is the fact that they're established. They've worked through all their problems. Like, they've done massive improvements via software. So that'd be the only thing that tripped me up. And I have been thinking about it. As much as I rail against Digi.
I don't think Digi's all bad. Their products for their intended markets are usually spot on. They have the features and then some that the people are looking for. And look, that came through with FPV too. I don't know who they were conversing and working with, but the way it works out, the channeling system and how it puts you on a channel, and I still think it's very innovative, and I didn't find it repulsive the way it handles, the downplay, how it blurs the sides but not the center, because usually you're so focused there anyway. I just think there's so many little things that go to show how much thought went into it that it's going to be hard for somebody to come along and throw that much innovation out there again.
Josh has a senator sitting in front of him, so every time you see him lower his head like that, he's pleasuring that senator. Rubio! Oh, Rubio!
Wow. Giuliani. Those teeth, man.
This is off subject, man, but the new Borat movie, it's so funny. But the way they set Giuliani up, dude, was so wrong.
I thought it was great.
If you hear what he was actually doing? Yeah, he was he was an old fat man trying to tuck in his shirt because they took the microphone out. And they made it look like he was yanking. Anyway. Yes, digital. Who's doing it?
I'm definitely interested, but the fit, and it is a lot of weight on the front of your face.
Apparently. That was a rockin' vampire. Totally threw me off what I was gonna say. Well, apparently the unit that does go on your goggles is actually really freaking light. So, as far as the shark bite goes, now as I've learned from Plummet, is that yes, the Fat Shark goggles suck dick. They don't fit people's faces. They were made for little Chinese people or whatever. But you can make them to be comfortable and fit your face and not have light leak relatively easy.
No doubt. And honestly, I've seen more foam inserts coming out, pre-made foam. So I think it's going to get easier where, you'll just be able to buy a pack, much like you do with the Fat Sharks.
I thought it was supposed to come with the wedges.
Well, it might come with wedges, but the foam itself, I think, leaves something to be desired.
I don't remember. I only put them on once. But because I know that's what Plummet did was he actually 3D printed custom wedges and made it fit his face perfect.
Yeah.
I say a lot of things, Vampire. You actually paying attention? I'm like Trump. I say a lot of things, but my policy is really good.
Everybody says that. A lot of people say that.
Except replace things with shit.
Fake news, Chuck.
Yes, I am. The onion is the best. Anyways, I just got to...
Look, anybody getting in who's going to Fat Sharks, or anybody who's even currently going to Fat Sharks over something else, is far from a downgrade. Just because it may not be bleeding edge does not mean it's bad.
I'll tell you what, too. That shark bite, I watched another video where they were testing it with 6 other racers. And that is the major advantage of shark bite over DJI, is that it does play well with others extremely well. What the guy said, he flew it with the other racers, and he wasn't getting any breakup, and the other racers said they weren't getting any more annoyed by him than it would be for normally with racing with 6 people at once, which is a huge bonus if you're flying with people all the time.
Yeah, I'll have to watch that one just to see, because obviously for that application, there was a lot of feedback about how, it didn't work as well as they had hoped. But, and that's always a benchmark for me. Anything that works for a racer, a real competitive racer, somebody who is putting down the lap times and all, anything that works for them, I know I'm going to be more than happy with. Yes, there is.
I just thought that was funny. Ford, you're still here, right? Have you used the Cadix board in camera yet? Is the latency that much worse? Because it's supposed to be. I stopped talking like I'm going to get answered in the next 30 seconds.
Yeah, you kind of got to throw it out there and move on to something.
Well, welcome back, Mr. AD. We've been talking about you the entire time. Just pissing Chris off left and right.
Yeah, I saw that go down earlier, and I was like, well, I have to go.
Anyways. Just busting balls here. So there's 2 versions of the Vista? Huh. I don't know. I'm going to look into it more because I am actually considering. Plus, you remember what it's like to fly without a camera on? Whew. It's very nice.
I always feel funny if I fly without a camera because it's so light.
Yeah, you did like the agility is amazing. Mini and Vista. So which one's the one with the shit latency? What's up, Rotorhead? How you doing tonight? Thanks for joining us. We're just blathering idiots, so enjoy. Oh, Rotorhead just got Digi. How was the goggles? How'd they fit on your face and light leak and all that, man? Was it horrible? I've only had one experience and it was absolutely horrible. Like the way they wanted to rest on my face, they were like this.
With Joe, right. So with Joe's, not only do I have that, but I get a lot of pressure on my cheeks from the weight. And then the nose, the padding doesn't fully cover. So I get all this light beaming in around my nose, which is not normal. I'm not a Jew. No Jew knows, but my nose is not small either.
No, I mean literally, the foam was like right. It was like touching my bottom eyelids, like this. It was very awkward.
What really throws me for a loop, though, is that huge field of view.
I don't think a huge field of view is all that important, to be honest.
No, what I'm saying is, I was a box goggler. I went from box goggles to the Falcons, which are like a Fat Shark clone. And in their class, they're actually not a small field of view, but it's smaller than you get with a lot of box goggles. And then when I put those on, I just felt like, I don't know, it was edge to edge.
Okay, so the Vista doesn't have onboard DVR. That would be what I want out of the whole thing, to be honest, besides, actually having a clear picture. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, vampire, I know. Now, my biggest problem is I don't really want to change my frame. And I run the Alien 4-inch body, which has no freaking room in the back of it. Slammed, mind you. Which I foresee being quite a problem. I really do not want to change that because I love the way it flies.
It's going to be a problem for you for a few reasons. The first is, even if you're not talking height, the amount of room inside the back standoffs is just not enough no matter how you slice it.
Well, I don't know. I haven't measured or anything, but like Joseph here said, the 20 by 20. But then again, I wouldn't have the onboard DVR, which is something I would want.
20 by 20 you could do. Yeah, so if you're using one of the aftermarkets, but you won't be able to use the DJI units, which you don't need to because you're not using the DJI control link.
Yeah. The DVR would be the breaker. Now, Rotorhead, yeah, you put it in your slammed CL1. Well, any slammed quad, for the most part, will take a double stack, which is about the size of any of these things, except for the actual big air unit. It's the fact that I use the 4-inch body. It's just a lot. It's a half-inch shorter than your standard Alien on front and back. Screw you, Joe. I have you. Well, an aftermarket $10 DVR isn't in 4K either, or 1080p or whatever.
Actually, a lot of those, yeah, it won't be 1080. A lot of those do 720.
Yeah, 720 is what those are. But if you're trying to record HD through your HD system, that's a problem.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
Absolutely. I can only take 4. Oh, this weekend I got a Flight 1 H7 coming. Falco X. Thanks to the Holy Squish, who ordered all of them so nobody else could have any. Ew. Just because you don't know how to work electronics, vampire, you should have Chris build your quads for you. Ah,
Ooh, artillery fired.
hey, mom, bitches.
Yeah, so Chris, last time we went out, Chris had his he had an H7 build running. And the first time he flew it, he thought he had what they call it, Oracle, the AI tuning system on. And he didn't. And look, sure, you could pick up on some flutters and all, but it flew really good right out of the box. But in seeing his successive videos, I don't know if he's done any manual tuning, but if that thing's been tuning itself and he hasn't touched it, it did a very nice.
He played with the filters a little bit, as in turning them off.
The filters, but not the PIDs.
Yeah. Now, on the other hand, our homeboy Holy Squish, he is running. Well, the AI is called Cerebro for anybody that doesn't know.
That's what it was.
Totally awesome name. I'm a nerd. Yeah, whatever. Fuck off. He is running with Cerebro turned off. And he says even then, it is far above and beyond the original F4 board. Like, big time. Oh, I put that up to say, Joe, the only problem is if you're going to make a video with said HD footage like you don't, you can't have any pixelation or breakup or anything like that at all. Otherwise, it's going to be shat footage and that I'm not going to want to use. That's why I would want the onboard HD DVR. If I was to finally say fuck off to the dependency upon GoPro. No, AA, it is not Kiss. Although I do have several more H7 boards coming from Flight 1, and one of them, at least, is going to get put on KISS ESCs. So all works out, and it's supposed to, from what I've heard from Preston, it's going to be a quite the abomination. Then you guys can hate me double. All you beta fails. Or should I say beta males? Oh. I don't know what Z's are.
Z's, I think, is a frame, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, he did say he had 3 builds, so that makes sense. Now, that H7 you're testing it out, is that SPL Racing? Or the Falco? Because those are the only 2 that I know of so far. I saw a thing where Bardwell was so excited because the new Bardwell board is going to be F7. You're a little late, Bob.
Almost $50.
Right?
You know,
it's the same. It's the same price as the H7.
Like guys are trying to do, and they honestly believe that they're putting out a product that has an edge over other things out there. But in order for them to get their cut, because there isn't a lot of meat on the bone by the time it gets into the States, their only recourse is to jack up the price. I'm not spending extra money on something that I can get for 30% less just to have someone's name on it. If it's going to have someone's name on it and I'm paying extra, it's going to have my name on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it would cost you about $10 to do a silk screening.
And look, like I said, I get it because he's not the only one putting out some new stuff where I've looked at it and been like, you must be joking.
I don't know, but my camera keeps going like this.
Yeah, I've seen it do that before. It goes into this focus routine. I think it's catching the contrast on the leaves behind you, and it doesn't know what to focus on. You might have to touch your face.
It doesn't work like that when we're in freaking live stream. Whatever, deal with it.
So, Chuck, I don't know if Joe sent it to you, but he just sent me a picture of a build in a racing frame that he just did. Let me see if I can. And he's saying that he got the Vista in here, no problem.
Yeah, I've seen it before, but yeah, I hadn't seen it done yet. Cool.
So yeah, if he can get everything in there, you should be fine as long as you're using one of the aftermarket /20x20.
Yeah, but I want the damn onboard DVR.
Choices.
Yeah, it's not good. Now, mind you, guys, we're talking about all this, but I'm definitely stretching my GoPros out as far as I can take, as far as I can stand it. It's just that all this, the timing with all this on Best Buy return policy change is shack because I have one to return, and I could have done it a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Look, I still think you have at least one argument, if for no other reason than timing. When you purchased that warranty, it was under the expressed, the written understanding that all you had to do was bring a camera in and you got swapped for a replacement. So
Yeah,
even
no.
if they won't do it after this, I would argue that this one time.
Oh, absolutely. Not to mention, if you see, I went to GoPro's website and or not GoPro, but Best Buy's website and took a look around. I didn't go into reading all the legalese and everything, but just what they put on their front, and nothing has changed. Not one word has changed. So that'll go towards that argument as well. But if you've ever looked, there are 3 different plans.
Mm-hmm.
There is your standard Geek Squad, which is what we all have, $40. I don't know what the others cost, but it was called AHD or something like that, Accidental Handling Destruction. I don't know, something like that. The second plan. Now, I'm personally wondering if I were to buy that plan instead, would it be a replacement plan? Continued.
Just a correction. Z's is not a frame. It is a stack.
Oh, I've
That's your
never heard of it.
activation code. It's like a social security number. Everybody write it down. Just kidding.
Yeah, no, I've never heard of that.
Oh, and it's USB-C. Somebody's catching up to the times.
At Vampire, I'm with you. I do think Hypersmooth is pretty damn nice, especially with my jerky style of flying, which you share in some regards as well. But what you gonna do? Now, Vampire, there is an alternative solution, but it's not that much different. Is to go through Amazon to get your GoPros, and Amazon's return policy is friggin' phenomenal. You have 6 months. Any reason, if you don't like the looks of the product, you can send it back and get a new one or your money back.
And if there's somebody that has some weight in the market, it's definitely Amazon.
Now, of course, the downside is you're going to be waiting for mail again, which is the whole reason everybody's pissed off about the Best Buy thing, because that's basically what Best Buy is doing now. Except they're giving you a fucking refurb. Anyways, I'm not a fan of refurbs personally. Everyone I've gotten has not lasted more than a month. But I know not everybody, like Josh, has had the same experience.
I mean, I've had one. I was thinking about this the other night. I did have one refurb that had a wonky power button, but I got a hold of them. They had me send it back, sent me another one. Yes, there's the time delay, but as you guys are well aware, I always run with extras, so I've not been without.
Mystery D, that actually goes back to the fact that it's an action cam. And how do they know we're FPV guys? We don't tell them that all the time. We just go in and exchange it. No questions asked. That was why it was cool.
Well, good. Then that's a good response time.
Apparently, God bless you, Josh. Not sure why. I might have missed something.
Okay.
Yeah, and this was what Vampire was telling me earlier as well. So yeah, 2-day wait. Not too bad. So Amazon might be the way to go in the future, guys. If you can't, scream at the manager at Best Buy loud enough to make him give you what you want, which is not that hard to do. Oh, he sneezed. Okay, I didn't notice. I guess I should pay more attention to him. It's all about me. Now, that's something we haven't discussed, Hobby Howie. Welcome, by the way. The Insta360 Go. I'd like to hear opinions from anybody that knows anything about it. I have watched a few videos. I know that it is extremely heavy, and I don't know the durability on it. The sensor is huge, apparently. That's what she said. And yeah, and the fact that it's modular and you can change shit up and put it on a whoop and do different things is kind of cool. Oh my God, he printed something. God save us all.
We have a print. Definitely needs a little bit of work. Not terrible, but I definitely have to figure out how to tune to, the filament I'm using. Cool.
You got layer adhesion?
The layer adhesion, yes. Now, at one point when I started it, I was going at 20% speed just in hopes that it would grab the bed because I've been having problems with that. It grabbed the bed fine once it finished its raft. And after it got a good part of the way up, I increased it to 60. You can see no difference. Then there's a spot where I pushed it to 100%, and you can see that you can see right where I moved it to 100%.
Absolutely. That doesn't look bad at all.
Well, I mean, like I said, this is the first print. So it's got no stringing. If you look at the edges, you can see some light in there. So, I've got some layer adhesion stuff going on, which just tells me I'm either going too fast or I need to turn up the temp. But we'll see.
Very nice. So I'm talking about the wrong camera, I guess. I thought the 360 Go was the oblong one, but then you added other pieces to it, like the module and the battery. Very possible. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Hobby Howie, I got an Ender 3 in the other day. Actually, I got it in yesterday. Put it together today, got the bed leveled. Well, while I'm working. So, I took lunch, I ate, I came in for 20 minutes, leveled the bed. And after making dinner, cleaning up, spending time with the family, I came in here, turned that print on, and that's what happened. So,
glass bed and Elmer's purple stick glue. Apparently, that's what you want, Josh.
Yeah, and I had an Elmer stick. The reason I'm using the masking tape or the painter's tape is because I can't find my glue stick.
Oh.
But it definitely came off a lot easier than the stuff right on the.
Oh, yeah. Goddamn, coffee's good. I might be up half the night, but that's delicious.
Yeah, Double A. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to take some time to get this PETG dialed in, just so I can put print out a couple things that I know help this thing print better, like an extrusion head, so I can run TPU more easily. And then once I get that, I'll also start playing with TPU, which is really where I want to go.
Yep. And then I'm going to use and abuse Josh like he really wants me to.
Yeah, I might experience a blackout.
Mm.
Where'd he go?
Can't take
as
it
you are well
anymore.
aware, we've been collaborating on that mount for quite some time. But my major hangup is the testing,
Yeah. Which I need to fix some quads and get back on. I haven't flown since I got back. It's horrible, I know. It's just either on the weekend when I usually get to fly, the weather's either been shit or I've just been lazy, to be honest. Or no, actually I was editing all weekend last weekend. What am I paying Google? I'm just getting these random notifications. I'm like, I didn't buy anything.
Or did you?
Oh, haha, how ironic. It's GoPro taking their monthly stipend
Oh,
for the
that.
GoPro Plus program I never use.
I just, yep, time to use it.
I got two of them right here. Money's been needing to be allocated elsewhere. I need to buy quad parts again. I need to freaking swap out, if I can, another freaking GoPro. Like, it ain't happening right now or anytime soon. So I just keep paying them. T-Bone FPV. That guy hasn't popped his head out in like a year. He put out one video and said, "Yep, I'm good. Babe Ruth that shit. Bye. Mic drop."
Hobby Howie, I am trying to tune in Overture PETG. And I'm playing. These guys know, even though I can look, I have done a lot of research to get a starting place, but I definitely am a tinker, even though I'll read where, 9 people will say, run it this way and you're good. And one says, do it something different. I'm going to try it all different ways anyway, just to see for myself. Well, so truth be told, I like PETG stated properties for what I intend to use it for a lot better than PLAs, so I just didn't see any sense in even going down that path if I wasn't really interested in printing it anyway.
All right, Double A, you're gonna have to let us know what the hell the Tracer is because nobody else has seen that quite yet. But apparently, the TBS Tracer launches in exactly 12 hours and 45 seconds.
Built-in GPS with Crossfire.
I couldn't pull up anything on a quick search.
I'm gonna laugh my ass off if it's something for like wings, and everybody who's only drones is like.
Yeah, he is a wing guy more than he's a quad guy.
He is.
There is a countdown. I've seen it.
And I agree with Vampire. It does look a lot like the Crossfire logo.
Yeah, I don't see that either, man, with the 2.4. There's no reason. They don't need it.
Well, you know, that, I'm not going to lie. I haven't done a ton of research into it, but apparently Ghost, being on 2.4 has benefits over 900 megahertz.
Yeah, I saw all the videos. It just doesn't have the range, which none of us really use anyway.
Right. So it kind of intrigues me, but of course, since I'm already Crossfire, not enough to buy it.
Yeah, exactly. I think the only people they're going to get are what we call dick riders and new people, because everybody else already has Crossfire and it works fine. And I don't know how many dick riders that guy's got. I don't know. No, I guess he has a lot because, you know, rapid fire and all. Less penetration. Vampire, this is for you. Yes, I am a typer. So it takes me forever to write this tiny thing.
Womp womp. Nope.
So we're all just gonna not talk and stare at Josh's forehead for the rest of the stream. So
No. I was just getting another one started with some different temp settings. Actually, before I go any further, since this is not bad, this is totally doable, I'd probably be better printing like a temp tower. I think I'll do that.
So damn, Double A's on fire tonight. Just talking mad trash.
I know, I'm seeing.
No, if you, I've been to his house. It's not a couple of grand road bike. It's a $25,000 road bike. Ridiculous nonsense.
And fathom this, there are grown ass people out there driving around complete shit wagons that probably aren't worth more than $1,200, and this bike doesn't even have a fucking motor. But you can lift it with your pinky. And it cradles your ass as if it was made for it. Because it was.
I don't know if cradle is the word I would use more than insert.
Yeah, Howie, I'm using Kira.
Hey, I'm on the show and I'm just staring at his forehead, all intrigued.
I know.
Yeah, that's what we were saying, Double A. I know we got the delay here, but yeah, everybody's got Crossfire, man. So I think the Ghost is going to fail simply because there aren't enough people to buy it. Oh, this is way more interesting.
Right. Well, I mean, we're tired of looking at my forehead, so.
Actually, we were rather enjoying the supple creases.
Oh, yes. I've worked long and hard to get those just buried into my forehead. Nothing like a good scowl. Some furrowing.
You're talking to a dude who's got a Grand Canyon. Like, even when I'm going like this, you see it.
Right? I mean, it's taken me years to train my brow just to do that without me having to force it. And it's like smiling. For a while, it kind of hurts because you do it all the time, but then those muscles build up.
Hey, Joe, those words aren't allowed here. You're about an inch to getting banned, bro.
There we go. Boogie's on my nozzle. Uh-huh, uh-huh.
That's fancy. How long did it take you to throw that thing together, or was it already just there? Josh,
Sorry, what was that? I was reading chat.
how assembled was that thing, or did you have to Lego it up?
Oh, no, it was totally a Lego job. But it's honestly not that bad. So, I took my time putting it together. If I just wanted to put it together intuitively and even use the manual for the couple things, it would have been no problem to have it together in an hour. I took three, just kind of, taking my time, checking everything 2 and 3 times.
Yeah, Double A's. He's a, shall we say, a TBS fan. Dick Ryder. Um,
Whoa.
yeah, you'll know he's got all of it. Dude, hey, wait, no, hold on. I'm gonna talk a little trash yet. Have you used the damn TBS transmitter yet? Because you've had it for like 9 months now. Are you still using the QX7? Because we don't know, Joe. None of us ever know. Let's see what we well, I'm pretty sure, unless you guys just want to bullshit, we've run out of absolutely everything to talk about. Unless Josh wants to get all nerdy about the 3D printer for a little bit.
Well, I mean, I'm so preliminary right now that there's really not much to say there. And
Yeah,
besides, how much is there really to talk about? It's one thing to be going through the motions of figuring it out, but to talk about it, I don't know. Especially to this group who's already, neck deep in it.
yes, everybody pile on just heaps and heaps of advice to Josh about 3D printing. Make sure you're contradicting each other. Yeah, the Tango 2, I can never think of the damn name of it. So, no, you still have. Goddamn. This guy, Double A, he like pre ordered the motherfucker. Like, well, he didn't pre order it, but he was just chomping at the bit to get that Tango 2. Like, oh my God, it's all he could talk about. He gets it. I don't even know if it's out of the box yet. And that was 6 months ago, maybe more. Vampire, he will be printing nothing but dildos for the next 3 months. After that, we can see some quad parts, maybe. Yeah, apparently, Josh, you need to throw one of our ESCs on there because it's quiet.
Really?
Because it's quieter.
Has it been making a ton of noise?
For a minute there, it did, but no.
Oh, okay. So I tried to keep it far enough away that my mic wouldn't pick up on it, but
Oh, yeah, I got sidetracked. And yeah, dude, Double A, he's got the TBS module for his goggles. He's got the Tango 2. Like, he is definitely TBS out, as he put it. Vampire is requesting a dildo with hairy balls.
like he wasn't going to get one anyway.
I know, right?
Dude, there's going to be like dicks in the mail for weeks. Among other
Oh,
things.
funny, dude. Yes, Joe. We can finally design and print Eric's butt plug with built-in rape whistle.
Exactly.
Yes!
And just to polish it off, I'm going to send it to Rebecca.
Boom!
No explanation, no return address. Just
But
a beautiful butt
somehow
plug.
the built-in rape whistle has to be like obviously, hey, this is a built-in rape whistle. It has to be pointed out.
Yeah, but when you blow through it, instead of whistling, it's going to go.
What's up, Rhino? You've entered the ass end of the show where it all just goes to shit.
Oh yeah, it's gone now.
Show's dying right now. Yeah, we've actually came up with the butt plug with built-in rape whistle specifically for E-Drone. What was that, like a year ago?
Yeah, just harassment. That's all.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
In fact, I bet if I put the inside mechanism together just right, I can get short little queef sounds. Just no matter how long you blow on it.
Well, apparently, Hobby says you need to check out Dickosaurus as a print you need to check out.
Oh yeah, I've seen the Dickosaurus. I also saw where somebody took a Godzilla body and put a Cookie Monster head on it. That shit was cash. I don't know how interested I am to actually print anything like that. Like I'm totally full of, the functional possibilities. I don't need more stuff for a shelf. But I admire it on Facebook.
But you're gonna have a lot of stuff for your shelves. It's inevitable. Later of it mystery.
I don't know.
Hey, shout out to
who got really excited. I thought almost excited as I did. My youngest daughter.
Well, yeah.
She watches this anime Danganronpa or some shit. Anyway, she's all into it. She's like, oh, well, if you buy from overseas, you can get these little like action figures. And I was like, are you really going to play Barbies? And she's like, no, they're like $300. I was like, what? I said, I bet you can find one online. I said, how big are they? She's like, like this big. I was like, we can scale it up to this big. So anyway, now she's like, is it hard to model? Is it? Can you make anything? And so I see the wheels starting to turn, and I'm like, I finally got one that loves things I love.
The truth of why you got a 3D printer, everyone.
Daughter connection.
Yep, priceless.
I wish I could say that. It's not off limits to anybody in the house who wants to use it, but I definitely, for the drone stuff, I think I'm going to have a really good return on investment, even in just the first year. And some of that is spilling over to you guys, my homies.
Which is appreciated, of course.
Oh, I know that.
Oh, the coffee's gone. Bye.
Well, I'll be damned. It grabbed right away. All right. See, right now, everything that happens is a surprise, so. Oh, she's looking a little turdy. That's all right. We're going to see what happens.
I don't know, but Indigo has the greatest idea I've ever heard.
I think tailpipe size cylindrical whistles. Remember the little whistles you used to get in the cereal? Woo! Yes.
Hey, Indigo?
It doesn't really make sound until you get up to 40, 45 miles an hour. So somebody's on the highway before they're like, fuck.
Indigo, you're a maker? Make it happen. We will ship it directly to E-Drone. Or excuse me, E-Drone's lady.
Oh boy.
Thank God he goes to bed early.
We thought she wouldn't talk to us now.
Oh.
Yeah, I need to start that over.
Vampire, you got to stick with us to the end of the show more often. Usually, you're out of here 3 deep in some tequila, man. You're on fire.
Good thing mine. Good thing these have a scaling feature.
Right? Because, your model's really small.
That's what she said. Wait, what?
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, I gotta stop that.
Yeah, well, hey, Vampire, Joseph Ford's actually saving up for this really badass 3D scanner laser thing. Yeah, the printed dicks will flow for sure.
Dude, but that scanner that he's talking about getting is not like some bang good $300 job. Like, that thing is going to be legit.
Yes, like it's going to get your veins, the hair that grows off the base, everything.
That one little hair that grows out of the head.
No. Yeah, yeah, I would be too, Vampire. That's why I made a coffee, and now I'm exhausted and hyper at the same time. I might be having heart palpitations.
Yes! That's not death trying to creep in. That's what life feels like.
Hey, living on the edge. Oh, we definitely need to print Chuck Mini-Me's. Dude, can you scan the whole body? Joseph, can you scan a whole person? Because we will have FPV Noob Tube bobbleheads that are very, true to life.
Does that mean mine will shout stuff that just pisses people off? Because that would be awesome.
Pretty much that's all of us except for Eric.
Yeah, break it. Ugh.
That does sound a little crazy. So the treadmill moves and the print head doesn't on the Creality CR30.
Luke Hatfield hot end fix.
Is he talking about something like Chris had to print for the end of his thing so he could do TPU?
I don't know.
Remember that thing? Remember that? That ring he printed out of
That was a fan. It helps direct the air over to cool the TPU fast enough that it'll hold its shape. I mean, there probably is some fan case mod that's going to be recommended, which is fine. I do want to do the one mod that it's like a little hook. It holds your TPU out away from the frame a little bit, which just helps it feed into the extruder. And then I am going to stick with the Bowden extruder for a while, so I'm going to print the extruder head that goes all the way to the gears inside. That way, the TPU feeds right through. Because let me tell you, if there was one thing that I was genuinely cussing at, trying to feed, and I wasn't even trying to feed a flex filament in, just the PETG, trying to feed that through and get that thing threaded, I had to take it apart to get it in there. So
Sidewinder, welcome back. We've been talking shit about you for the past hour. It's been fantastic. You missed it. I guess little I don't know how much of an update it is, but we'll talk about the giveaway for a minute.
sure.
Most all of you know, Hobby Howie might not, but we're doing a giveaway where we're giving an absolute brand new pilot that has nothing but wants to get into the hobby an entire setup, every single thing he needs to fly FPV, from batteries to goggles to charger to fully built, custom built quad, custom tuned, that everything. And and the only trick is you can't win it yourself. You have to nominate someone, and they, like I said, have to be not in the hobby but wanting to get into the hobby. This is our goal with this giveaway, is to bring someone new into the fold. They'll also win any technical help or teaching that they need from any of us here at the FPV Noob Tube. So there's a lot of knowledge there. And if they're close enough, we'll teach them how to fly it. I do have, pretty sure, I will throw the link for the nomination form in the chat. Sidewinder question: did you nominate yourself, Big Dog, or did you mean to nominate somebody and just didn't put their email in there? Been meaning to ask you that.
So far, we have 13 entries. I have already deleted probably a handful of self-nominations. If it says your name is Joe Blow and your email is joeblow@gmail, and who do you nominate? Joe Blow at Gmail. Boop, automatic deletion. I'm not sending an email about it. We've stated these multiple times, these requirements.
Sidewinder, no. We did announce it a little early because we figured whatever, it'll give it time, because not a lot of people know a lot of people that want to get into the hobby. You'd be surprised. So we wanted to give time for turnout. Not to mention, we are wrapping up a few things. Chris couldn't get that damn thing changed from. Okay, yeah. Well, you need to get that done proper. One of us will help you if you need. But Chris was having a problem getting that thing, that transmitter changed from EU to FCC. So he's giving it to eDrone this weekend, and that is the last thing we have to wrap up before we can do it. On top of that, I have a surprise for everyone involved, that no one knows about, except for me and the maker. And I think that's been about wrapped up. So I think we're there with that. So yeah, pretty much all we got to do is get that RX done up. And if eDrone can't get it done, we'll get Withrow on it too.
Yep, but it's a great package. It is a fully built, fully tuned 5-inch FPV drone. Full FPV setup, Fat Shark goggles, lanyard transmitter, 4 batteries, goggle battery. It's everything. Some packs of props. I mean, you name it. This is truly what any of us would have killed to have when we got in. And I'm throwing in a backpack. So it's also coming with a brand new backpack to put everything in and lug it around.
Yeah, it's a low pro, isn't it?
It is.
It is. It's a nice little low pro FPV bag. And what he didn't say about the lanyard is Sidewinder here. He makes custom lanyards. I don't have mine on hand to show it. They're made out of paracord. Each one takes about 4 hours to make. They're spectacular. I couldn't imagine flying FPV without it. Get a hold of him if you want one, to buy one. He will take quad parts and trade, but generally they're about $40-$45 or so. Worth the cost by far. Handmade, beautifully done. There's your plug. Jeff, freestyle. We're just word vomiting at this point, because we usually end the show about 24 minutes ago, but we're just hanging out. So I put the link in there, you guys. If you want to nominate somebody, we are vetting all the nominations to make sure that they are noobs and not just somebody that's going to give you the freaking quad if you win.
Yes, I've been stalking Facebooks, researching YouTube, like you name it.
So no funny business. And we will be looking after the fact to see if this shit gets put up for sale, because we're going to take it back. And fuck all y'all. I'll fly the damn thing. It's a badass quad. It's got a Mamba stack. What did we put on there? Some Zings? No, sorry.
It's the blasters.
They're boosters.
or
It's like,
boosters. Anyway, the Rotor Riot motors.
no, the quad box or whatever booster motors.
Thought
I
they were
don't
the
think,
same thing.
I don't know. All I know is they're really good. They're 2700 kV, pretty damn high. So Mamba stack in there, um, set up with that far sky. It's got, I believe the camera is called a Runcan Robin, which I don't know a lot about, but I don't think it's a bad camera.
It's not bad, but a camera is one of those things. If you want an upgrade, 30, $35, you're good to go.
Indigo. I think you were one of the ones I saw that nominated no one. I think I saw your info in there. If you meant to nominate someone, go back and do it again and get all the proper information. Joseph Ford, if you're going to get a lanyard from Sidewinder, there is a specific way to measure for it with your current lanyard. If you can't find him on Messenger, I'll hook you up, Joe. Joseph Ford, have you ever seen me hold a transmitter? I haven't seen my nuts in like 3 years, bro. You think I can hold a transmitter below them? I'm fat, bro. I know you don't know what it's like, but have a good one, Hobby Howie.
I'm excited. I'm definitely excited to get to a spot where everything's wrapped up. We've got the package put together and we're ready to execute the giveaway. Because I'm curious. Honestly, it doesn't matter to me who it goes to. I'm curious to start seeing it be used.
Yeah, actually, that's something I want to request of the winner. Is to actually. Oh, the VTX is a 1,000 watt VTX that has a built-in DVR, by the way, because we expect the new guy not to have a camera. But I'm hoping that they'll do uploads to the YouTube so that we can monitor the noob's progress. I think that would be really awesome. I love seeing new people get into the hobby. Ask Vampire, he has to yell at me to watch his videos. Most of the FP videos I watch are actually people that are up and coming. Just because I'm weird and I enjoy it. I'd love to see that progression. Yeah, let me know, Joe, if you can't find him or whatever. I'll put you in a room together. You guys can do whatever game measuring you want to do. Well, yes, he does. I highly recommend Sidewinders lanyards to anybody. Best, most comfortable, dude. Raz will tell you too. Razman, he has one too, and I do it all the time. When I'm done flying, I just forget about it. It's so freaking comfortable. You forget it's around your neck, and you end up like 4 hours later sitting at your house with a lanyard on your neck. Like seriously.
I haven't worn one yet. I do foresee one in my future. But I'll tell you, just from what I've seen in person from all the people who have them, I mean, the quality is superb. The pictures and when we share them in screen here, it just does them no justice. And that's not fluffing them up. If I didn't have anything good to say, I just wouldn't say anything.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, and like he said, he needs quad parts all the time, so he may be willing to trade if it's worthwhile. Um, Jeffrey Style, we actually spent the first 45 minutes of the show talking about that exact thing.
We did.
It depends, bro, on I would say what you want out of it. If you still plan on using a GoPro, I would say wait for the Shark Bite because it's probably going to be released next month. and I've seen videos on it, and it looks really freaking good and plays well with others. Like DJI does not play well with others. Um, yeah, but if you want the onboard DVR, high def DVR, and not use a GoPro, I would actually say go DJI personally. Um, Sky Zone O2s, didn't you have those, Josh?
Now, I've got Falcon fly sights.
Okay. I don't know why I always think that,
Or
but
sorry, fly sight Falcons.
yeah, Jeffrey style. If it has 720 screens and an HDMI plug, it'll work. SharkBite will work just fine on those goggles. Those are the only requirements. The actual unit itself is pretty lightweight and it's flat on the back, so Velcro could be a thing. Maybe with some wedges on the sides if you know goggles are actually kind of curved. But yeah, and apparently it's only going to be like $250 for the SharkBite. So another big bonus right there. And it's supposed to have lower latency, fixed latency instead of variable latency, which can be a big deal. Yeah, I won't say it is a big deal, but it can be. And that's about all I had to say about that. I think that's about all I have to say, actually.
All right, Forrest. That's all I have to say about that.
So unless you guys
update it, I have spoken.
I've spoken. Plus DJI, I mean, there's something to be said that the fact that they're way farther along is also a thing. But anyways, unless you guys have something you want to bullshit about, we'll sit here in awkward silence for the next 30 seconds to wait for the delay. But I think we can wrap this up about.
You just need to talk to me about all the stuff you normally talk to me about after we turn it off.
Seriously, guys,
just talk to me.
Seriously, guys, if we recorded what we talk about after the show is over, because we stay in the stream and just bullshit with each other about whatever's, you would actually probably be way more fucking entertained than watching the actual live stream.
Oh yeah, our after chats are way better than the show.
Especially when we have guests, man. We've had some epic, dude. We've talked for like 2 hours and just gone nuts and crying tears of laughter and But I'm gonna take the fact that you guys haven't said a damn thing. I'm gonna take that as we're done. So whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.
Oh, there's that energy I was looking for. You guys have a great night. Thanks for coming. We will bore you again 2 weeks from now. Same bad time, same new channel. Later,
Cancer, Joe.
Cancer.